Hey, we're back. Thank you guys for joining for our quick evening pop in. Let's get into our show. We're not going to wait any longer because I'm tired. Okay, this has been a long day. Thank you guys for me. I see you, Rose, in the building. Okay, let's get into our show. Everybody else will start falling in as we get into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Let's jump on in. All right. So as you guys know, we talked about Britt Eady this morning earlier in our show, where she talked about some what she would have wore to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. She is back and she reveals the Real Housewives, of course, her reunion look, and she talks about why she chose not to come back. Okay. She also mentions the $20 million lawsuit. We're going to go ahead and get into that so that we can get a clearer understanding, because hey, we've been hearing everybody else talking about Britt this and Britt that. So now Britt has decided, now that the reunion has aired, that she is going to tell her own story, and I respect that. Okay, I'd rather hear it from the source anyway. So let's get into it. As you guys can see on the screen, according to the Girls Are Fighting, said that Britt Eady reveals Real Housewives of Atlanta 16 reunion look. As you guys can see there, I said it earlier that the look is very flawless. Okay, now Britt Eady, a new cast member on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 16, missed a reunion taping following a season marked by conflict and shocking lawsuits, or a shocking lawsuit. Now, during the season, Kenya Moore revealed explicit photos allegedly depicting Eady at an event. Now, Eady subsequently filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo, accusing the network of defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, and fostering a hostile work environment. Now, Eady chose not to attend season 16 reunion taping, claiming the photos shown weren't of her and stating her desire to seek accountability and move past the situation. Now, I don't understand, if the photos were not her, it would have been easier for her to show up to the reunion, tell her side of the story, and explain that, versus not being there and giving everybody the opportunity to kind of believe what they wanted to, versus now coming out and making all these posts. This is like the second or third post that she's made today, now that the reunion was shown on yesterday. I mean, I feel like that was a sucker move. You could have told your own story sitting on the stage with all the other women who had embarrassing moments this season, versus making these random posts showing your reunion look. We don't give a damn now, girl. The time to show your look is at the reunion, when everybody else come out from behind that curtain and they strut across that floor to go and sit in that seat to tell their story and to talk about their mishaps throughout the season. That would have been the greatest time for you to show up. But I feel like that was a sucker move of you to do that. And I feel like this $20 million lawsuit is definitely a reach as well. So let's get into what she had to say. Britt Eady says, as I close this chapter, I want to thank everyone who supported me, my friends, my followers, my amazing team, and everyone who defended my name. I decided to walk away from something that no longer served me because I choose peace over destroying my mental. It's very easy to say what I should have done when most have not walked a day in my shoes. I choose me, and a lot of people can't say that they choose themselves. I still believe a lot of healing. I still have a lot of healing left to do, but you can't heal in the same place that made you sick. I don't owe anyone any closure. I only owe myself to do what's best for me. My journey here is done. So that's what Britt had to say. What do y'all think about that? You can put it in the chat. Okay. Again, I feel like she left wrong. I never believe in burning bridges, because you never know when you got to cross them again. You never know, at some time later on in this, in another season, somewhere in the near future, that you may want to come back to the show when the time is right. Because like you said, when you heal, maybe another situation with Bravo or Real Housewives of Atlanta could be a better situation. If, casting is different and you're in a different headspace, you could come back and be, great on the show. But when you leave like this, I feel like it's a burned bridge. I really do. I feel like you left a bad taste in Bravo's mouth and Andy Cohen's mouth. You really don't want to piss him off, Andy Cohen, because he really is the doorkeeper to anybody coming on to any platform on Bravo. Okay. He does most of the hiring and firing. Look at Nene. all this time that's lapsed with Nene being gone, with her filing the lawsuit, she's still not 100% back right. Even though she says that she decided to drop the lawsuit, it's still a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouth, to where they don't want to fool with her and they don't want to give her a chance. But we do hear rumors that she may be making an appearance maybe for next season as a friend of. So we'll see. I don't know. Who knows what the future brings as related to Britt and her situation with Bravo. But I do feel that this was not a great look at all. Okay. And I feel like maybe this should be your last post, because sis, this ain't it. Okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. Pardon me, guys. My bad. All right. So, all right, let's get to our next topic. Next topic. You guys remember this morning we talked about Columbus Short having a domestic situation with his wife, where she put hands on him and she kicked the dog and some more things. I was like, damn, Doghouse is, y'all got some crazy shit going on in there. But now she's come back and said that she was abused by him. So this saga does not stop. According to TMZ, Columbus Short's wife says that he choked me after drinking tequila. She says, I have injury photos as well. So it seems like the two of them cannot keep their hands off themselves. I told you guys, Columbus Short some years ago had another DV situation with his wife. And I'm not sure if this is the same wife, but I do know that I think he went to jail or was getting ready to go to jail. This person had bruises on them as well. So now we're back with some more BS between them. So it says that Columbus Short's wife says that he's been roughing her up for years. So this might be the same one. And that she's got photos of her alleged injuries. Okay. Child, this is so toxic. Now, what is it? Idea Short beeline to court on Monday to filed a temporary restraining order against Columbus Short, claiming he got violent with her recently as last week, on the same day that he claims that she busted his eye open and abused a 10-week-old puppy. Child. Now, they said in the documents obtained by TMZ, Ada claims that she was doing laundry on July 7th while Columbus was boozing. And she says that he snapped at her and then put his hands on her. Now, Ada claims that she had sheets in her hand when Columbus yelled at her, "Don't slam the effing door, biatch." Damn, they talk to each other like that. It said that your mouth is going to get you in trouble. Shut the F up. So it says that she says that he pushed her and grabbed her and then began choking her, putting both hands around her neck. Said that Columbus says that a neighbor called the police after hearing her scream. Says that my husband is choking me, help. Says in a recent in a request for a temporary restraining order against her husband, Ada included photos showing what she says are injuries from other alleged instances of DV over recent years, including bruising, scratching, and even a black eye. Okay, there's a mark right there on her. Says that the filing comes on the heels of Columbus getting a temporary restraining order against Ada for alleged incident that he claims happened on the same day she's referencing here. So it's looking like they both run into the courts after they have put hands on each other. If he's got a black eye or some type of bruising, that means she probably did it, and the same for her. So they're both running to file something on each other to maybe one up each other in the court system, knowing that there is getting ready to be a court date coming up. So it looks like they're trying to get a paper trail. Sad. It says that as first reported, Columbus claimed that Ada pushed and kicked the puppy and then busted his eye open, drawing blood. Said that he says that cops came and arrested her. She notes in her filing that police came, but doesn't elaborate. It goes on to say that Ada claims that Columbus had been abusive to her and the kids for years. Wow. Oh, in front of the kids, abusive to her in front of the kids. And she says that she's been arrested for DUI, or he's been arrested for DUI, and has a severe drinking problem. She says that he boozes daily and becomes violent and belligerent. She also says that she doesn't think that the kids are safe when he drives them or when they're alone with him. She wants the judge to order Columbus to stay 100 yards away from her and the kids. Says that Columbus already has a temporary restraining order against her. So they have restraining orders against each other. She's asking that he not be around the kids or her. And she submitted some pictures to the courts, as you guys can see there, of bruises. And these are graphic images in which I will not share. If you guys want to look at them, you can head on over to TMZ at your leisure, okay? That's a very toxic situation. If anybody's dealing with anything toxic as such, please get out of that, okay? Get out of that. If someone is putting their hands on you, go ahead and file that restraining order. Get out of there, okay? And do not go back. We hear about a lot of DV situations where women and men, okay, because men also can be abused in situations as well, where people don't make it out alive because you choose to stay thinking things are going to get better, and they end up being worse or tragic to the point to where you don't make it. Especially when children are involved, you want to make sure that you're not exposing them to such actions, because then that is learned behavior. They grow up to do what they see. If they see mom and daddy fighting or daddy putting hands on mommy, maybe the boys grow up and they be abusers towards women, and vice versa. If they the girls see their mothers being hit or speaking to in an abusive tone, then they grow up to think that a man should treat them that way, and that's just not how it's supposed to be. So let's make better examples to our children and for ourselves when it comes to DV situations. All right, let's move on. All right, so according to Jasmine Brand, I always hate to report stuff like that, but I always like to every now and then talk about DV stuff, because we do have a lot of women and men that deal with situations like that. So we want to always kind of spin the block on that topic periodically to make sure that we are putting awareness out there, okay? For those of you who are watching Basketball Wives, some bad news. All right, so Basketball Wives season, they're saying it will end with no reunion. I'm not sure why not. It was pretty good season, so they would have had a lot of things to talk about. Not sure if it was one of those situations where it's kind of toxic and maybe somebody gonna be fighting or whatever. I know Jackie and her daughter kind of got into a physical situation, which I totally disagree with that. I never think that a daughter should raise her hand to her mom, but Jackie's just that type of mom, child. She make you want to go upside her damn head, but I don't recommend it. Okay. It says that the Jasmine Brand says the sad news for those hoping for a nice conclusion to the latest season of Basketball Wives. Now, this says that it's been exclusively reported that season 12 will allegedly end with no reunion special, while sources tell us that it's highly unlikely that the ladies will come together to reflect and possibly hash out. It's unclear why the reunion was reportedly axed. Now, I said that this season, the drama was especially intense, and viewers watched former besties Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada have a few heated exchanges, and newcomer Chantel Christie Jeffries, which is Jackie Christie's daughter, crazy disputes with her mom, Jackie Christie. Now, that says, understandably, viewers may be upset if the reality series wraps without filming a reunion. So they're asking, would you guys be disappointed without a reunion for season 12 of Basketball Wives? I just think it would be fitting and proper that they kind of, come together at the end of the season to discuss and or hash out any differences and to talk about some things that may be unclear that may have happened during the season. I think fans may want to see and or know if Jackie and her daughter have made amends. Of course, Jennifer and Evelyn, they've had a very tense situation. Not sure why Evelyn is so, into Jennifer's business. If Jennifer wants to marry somebody that's toxic and that's out here scamming, I'm not sure why Evelyn cares if they're not friends anymore. It's given that you made that your storyline because you didn't have shit to talk about yourself. That's what it kind of gave me. But I feel like they should have a reunion. Am I going to be disappointed and crying in the fetal position? Fuck no. It's not that serious to me. But for those of you who are fans of the show, that may be a disappointment to you. So that's it on that. Let's move on. Child, it's a mess. For those of you who've gone to Beyonce's concert, the Cowboy Carter tour, something happened at her stop in Atlanta that now has a warrant. That has a warrant that has been issued. And let's get into that. Now, police have issued an arrest warrant after thieves broke into the SUV of Beyonce's choreographer and dancer, stealing jump drives full of unreleased music for Beyonce and show plans, as well as exclusive footage. That's not good. I'm sure his ass is going to be fired behind that, because you're supposed to guard that with your life. You're supposed to guard that with your life, child. All right, so it says that police issued an arrest warrant after thieves broke into a rental SUV belonging to Beyonce's choreographer, Christopher Grant, and dancer, DeAndre Blue, on July 8th at Krog Street Market parking deck. It said that the suspect stole suitcases containing jump drives with unreleased music, show footage plans, and past and future set lists, along with laptops, designer glasses, and AirPod Max headphones. It says that surveillance footage captured the break-in, and police are tracking leads, including a red 2025 Hyundai Elantra, possibly linked to the crime, using Apple's Find My feature to locate the stolen iPods. Now, I'm not sure why they put that out there, because now that the thieves know that that's how they're trying to track it, they're going to turn it off. All they got to do is turn that if they break into said electronics that they stole, all they got to do is go in and turn the Find My feature off, and they won't find shit. Sometimes you shouldn't tell everything that you're doing behind the scenes if you're trying to do something like that. So it said that the investigation is ongoing as Beyonce performs her Cowboy Carter tour in Atlanta. Okay, you guys know she's in Atlanta. And yeah, let's get into that, because there's a news
exclusive here at 4 o'clock. Atlanta police are working to identify the people accused of breaking into an SUV and stealing Beyonce's unreleased music, set lists, and other personal items. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live right now for us along Krog Street in Northeast Atlanta, where this happened. And Michael, you're breaking the story just hours before the Grammy-winning superstar is scheduled to take the stage for the 4th night, and you just got new information.
George, in the last 5 minutes, I reached out to APD. They confirmed that they have issued an arrest warrant for one suspect. More on that in a moment, but I want to show you. Take a look. We are inside the parking garage right here at Krog Street Market, where this break-in took place. As tens of thousands of Beyonce fans prepare to descend on Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 4th and final Cowboy Carter concert in Atlanta, APD has confirmed that a criminal investigation is underway after the Grammy-winning singer's choreographer called 911 after someone broke into his rented SUV.
Action News exclusive here at 4 o'clock. Atlanta police are working to identify the people accused of breaking into
and stole multiple items, including some of the superstars' unreleased music.
Oh, shoot.
No way.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
There's gonna be a lot of free Beyonce music on the street.
Oh, that's terrible. The crime is awful. Brazen people out here.
Police say it all happened just after 8 p.m. on July 8th, 2 days before the first show. Beyonce's choreographer and one of her dancers told police that they parked their rented Jeep Wagoneer inside this parking deck at Krog Street Market. And when they returned about an hour later, they noticed someone had broken in through the back window and stolen multiple items. According to the incident report, Beyonce's team member reported that the thieves got away with laptops and 5 hard drives. The hard drives contained watermarked music, some unreleased music, footage plans for the show, and past and future set lists. Channel 2 has reached out to Beyonce's representatives for comment, but as of Monday afternoon, we haven't received a response. And again, the big breaking and stole multiple items, including some of this news that APD has issued an arrest warrant for one suspect. We are still working to find out the name of that suspect and the potential charges they may face. Also, APD wanted us to remind everyone about their Clean Car campaign. Again, the city officials urging you to take a look at that. We got all that information on our website at WSBTV.com. We're going to continue to reach out to Beyonce's representatives, and if we get a response, we'll let you know. We are live in Northeast Atlanta. Michael Seiden, Channel 2 Action News that APD has issued an arrest warrant.
Who is leaving shit like that in the car anyway? You should not leave anything in your car that's visible where anybody can steal it. That type of stuff should have probably been left like maybe at a hotel, or someone should have been left, maybe leave it with someone that can watch it. I wouldn't have left something like that unattended, even for 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, especially in a parking deck, you're driving a G-Wagon. So, and especially in Atlanta, you're already putting yourself at risk of your car being stolen. Let alone if the thieves walked by and saw something in there, they probably sat there and watched you drive up in there with the damn G-Wagon. So that's like a calling card. So if you're leaving stuff in your car where thieves can go in there and break in, then damn, that's sad. I really hate that for Beyonce. I know she's pissed because, you know, she works hard on her music. And damn, that's gonna cost millions, for just the music alone, especially with Watermark. Damn, that I hate that for her. But hopefully they find everybody involved in this situation. That goes for anybody else. If you, and not just in Atlanta, wherever you are, do not leave things in eyesight view whenever you are getting out of your car to go anywhere. If it's in the store, wherever, don't leave your purse. Don't leave, anything valuable out to where anybody can see it. And don't leave anything valuable in your car, period. Okay. Don't leave anything valuable in your car, period. If a person walks by your car, they shouldn't be able to see nothing in that bitch but the seats. That's it. They should not see nothing in your car but seats, maybe a car seat in the back, like nothing that's going to make them be like, let me break in their car. Like, that's crazy. That is so crazy. And if you're driving something very expensive, like a G-Wagon or something like that, park it in a very well-lit places where there's cameras, and definitely try to stay out of hood and in hood-like places, okay? Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so let's get into, this is our last topic. Y'all know this is a pop in, okay? A pop in, honey, this is just a pop in. Hold on. Here we got that. Because news is kind of slow tonight, but y'all know I'm always find something to talk about for you guys. So this is our last topic, and this is going to be a spin the block type of topic. We've been talking about Gary Coleman. I showed you guys the video the other day where he snapped off on that lady child. And baby, when I tell you, I'm still laughing about that. But Gary Coleman's death investigation reignites as Different Strokes co-star Todd Bridges, y'all remember him, urges Gary Coleman's ex-wife to come clean after a failed lie detective. Now, this just dropped. Let's go ahead and get into it. The Girls Are Fighting is reporting Gary Coleman's death investigation reignites as Different Strokes co-star Todd Bridges urges the ex-wife to come clean after Gary Coleman's ex-wife failed her lie detector test. Now, Gary Coleman's Different Strokes co-star Todd Bridges has demanded that the late actor's ex-wife, Shannon Price, tells the truth about what happened to the beloved TV star. A lot of people feel like she may have pushed him. They're saying that he succumbed to his injuries after a very hard fall. So it said that he was going down some stairs. They had an argument that day, according to what was said, and they said that he made a very hard fall down some stairs, I think it was. It's alleged that she may have pushed him. She was the only person with him during the time that he took this fall, which is why they chose to give her this lie detector test, and she failed the test miserably, and she's still denying that she did anything to him. Now, the video that I showed you guys showed that Gary Coleman said that, yes, he and his wife did have some arguments and some tension and maybe some abusive moments where, somebody hit somebody else in the relationship. And as you guys could see in the video that I did show you that particular day, he does have a very snappy mouth, honey. He can get with you with his little self. All right. Now, it says that Coleman, known for his ironic role on Arnold Jackson on the beloved sitcom Different Strokes, died at age 42 following a mysterious fall in his home that led to interconnectal, hemorrhaging and cardiac arrest. That's a hard fall. She pushed the shit out of him. It says that Price underwent a lie detector test to address persistent allegations surrounding his tragic death. It said that Bridges watched the special for the first time and is now demanding the truth from Price, which is Gary Coleman's ex-wife, upon seeing the bombshell results. It says that the TV actor asked outlets, what is she hiding? What really happened on that day? Says that I believe that Gary Coleman said that he deserves to have it really looked into a lot more, meaning his death. He deserves to have it looked into. Said that Bridges revealed how he had always been suspicious of Price and her relationship to the former co-star. She do look a little suspicious. Now, I said that he claims that he says, I've never publicly said it because I didn't want to worry about being sued. But if she doesn't pass the lie detector test, I can say what I want then. So according to Todd Bridges, he also claimed that during the last conversation with Gary Coleman, the 4'8" actor told him that he was worried about his safety with Shannon. So y'all hear that? Todd Bridges is saying that Gary Coleman told him prior to his death that he was worried about his safety with Shannon. So it gives that Shannon may have done something to Gary Coleman, and she did fail that lie detector test. So there is a witness of Gary Coleman saying that he did fear that maybe Shannon might try to do something, or that Shannon may do something. But to hear that he fell and had a very hard fall down some stairs, and it's not explained as to how that happened, and then for her to be tested via lie detector test, and for her to fail it, and multiple questions were asked and she failed every one of them, it kind of does give red flags that maybe she had something to do with the fall and or his death. Okay, so my God, this is crazy. So I really hope that they find out what happened to him, and if she's the person that's responsible, which I deep down in my heart feel maybe, allegedly, we said that way, because until she's found guilty in a court of law, we can't really say. But from according to the lie detector, and according to now what Todd Bridges is saying, what he was told, it gives that there could be something there. So prayers that they figure this out, because he does deserve some answers, or else he would still be here, because he was only 42. He was only 42 when he passed. That's still kind of young. He still had his life ahead of him. And it doesn't say that he had any other medical issues prior to that, but it sounded like he may have had a heart attack after said fall. Because I mean, shit, if somebody pushed the shit out of you down some stairs, hell yeah, you see yourself falling down some stairs, you probably will have a damn heart attack, including some other things going on. So hopefully they get her ass, because she looked batshit crazy anyway. All right, but that is it, and that is all, you guys, for this particular show. I'll see you guys in the morning for Car Chronicles. All right, I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. If you guys are going out anywhere tonight, please be safe. If not, then have a wonderful night. Get plenty of rest, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Thank you to my mods. Thank you, Rose Armstead, my backup mod. Thank you, Sweet Essence. Thank you, True TV Podcast. Thank you, Belle Wilson. Thank you, KBR. Thank you, Tyra and Scorpion Mist, for such an awesome job of doing your modding for me. Okay. Of course, all my Caramelians, thank y'all for coming through and supporting the video in the bushes as well as in the chat. Thank you, everyone. All right, you guys, please don't forget to tap on that like for me. Until the next one, let's get on out of here. Bye.